Yo, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. This is a huge trade that just happened literally 5 minutes ago from when I'm recording this video. It doesn't directly affect the Twins, but it affects them indirectly with the players that are going to the Indians. That's right, Trevor Bauer was traded. Mr. Yeet himself, who yeeted the ball over center field. I thought that was funny still, but not the point of this video. The point is he was traded in a three-way deal to the Reds. And the Padres were involved. We're not going to really focus on them as much. There is a player that was taken from them as well. I mean, you've seen it all right now, I'm sure. But Franmil Reyes and Yasiel Puig will head to the Indians for Trevor Bauer. And he's going to the Reds. Now, again, this doesn't directly affect the Twins, as I am a Twins channel in particular. But this affects us because, one, we don't have to have Trevor Bauer pitch against us, and two, Yasiel Puig is now a problem that we're going to have to face. Also, Reyes as well, but I'm going to focus particularly more on Yasiel Puig just because of the success that he's had, and since Reyes is more, not a rookie, but, he's going to be good. It's just, let's just go through it. So, Trevor Bauer, Mr. Yeet himself, he is no longer going to be pitching primarily in the AL Central. He will be part of the NL Central race, which is, a race in its own right. I don't know how much the Reds are really involved with it, but, it's a three-way race between the Cardinals, Brewers, and Cubs. I'm very surprised that Trevor Bauer was dealt to, because the Reds are not that good, but they're not that bad either. I mean, aren't they like right on kind of the edge of the playoff race? They're like in the conversation, but like not really. Maybe I'm totally off on that. But to see Trevor Bauer go to a team that has not established itself, I guess, let's say that, and to give away those kind of players, it's very interesting. Because did this happen to be out of, I wouldn't say spite, but maybe, retaliation, revenge, just money in general? I don't know. Because of his past performances, I'm talking about his attitude, not so much being on the field. But I want to know if that, has played a factor into the decisions that have been made, or is it just strictly because Cleveland has good pitchers? And Trevor Bauer, he is, he's a good pitcher. He's 28 years old. But they still have four guys, that are in the lineup. Carrasco, when he comes back, will be fine. Kluber, still the ace of their staff. You've got Salazar, who's coming back. Bieber's pretty good. I mean, they've got a solid pitching core. It's not like they can't just get rid of one or two guys to bring in some more guys, and that's what they did. But here's the thing that is why I'm talking about this trade in the first place, is because of the Twins, right? So the Twins, obviously, they've done okay against Bauer over the course of his career. I can actually try to find the stats in his career versus the Twins, but primarily in the AL Central, he has struggled. I mean, just look at Kansas City. Totally blew up in that last inning right there, and I mean, that's obviously why he yeeted the ball over center field, because he was frustrated. But then go back, look at Max Kepler, what he's done to Trevor Bauer. I mean, it was 5 straight at-bats with a home run. Go look at that video if you haven't already from the Twins. But it's just these little things, the Twins have, again, done really well against Bauer. In some cases, they have really struggled. So is he going to, him being removed from the AL Central, is that going to help the Twins? I think yes, because yes, he did struggle, and that obviously helped us. It takes away a good pitcher that likely, because Bauer was a workhorse. He got you through 9 innings. He really did. He was a guy who is going to throw 120 pitches every single time he goes out there. So they hardly used any bullpen guys in those days. Unless they really made him frustrated and got him out of the game early, they were going to use him almost the entire game, through 6, 7, 8 innings, no matter what. And that is just a good thing to get him out of there. We know that Cleveland's bullpen has been the problem, and that is what we're going to get into now. With Kluber still out, with Salazar just coming back, Bieber's been really good, but Carrasco been out. Hopefully he gets better soon still. But those are things that are really going to take a toll on Cleveland's pitching staff a little bit later in the year, when they have to get deep into their bullpen and really go at it with these very few guys who really, I mean, they have stepped it up this year, but they're not as good as, Andrew Miller was, or Brad Hand used to be. He's still decent, but you know what I'm saying? Those examples, they're going to really have to use those guys or step up with other guys in that bullpen to do well now that they lost a workhorseing pitcher. But let's just talk. I mean, look at the Twins. He's 6-9 versus the Twins in his career. 4.36 ERA. Can I sort it by ERA? I guess the Twins are closer to the top or closer to the bottom, I guess, because I ranked it by lowest ERA. But if you go highest ERA, the Twins are the 5th best team against Bauer. I mean, like I said, wins and loss record, the Twins are right up there with they're the top team that Bauer has losses against, and it's not even close. Minnesota, he has 9 losses against them, and then it goes to 6 with Detroit, and then 5 to almost everybody else. But there you go. Minnesota Twins, yes, he did have some success against them, but they've been the team that's really beat them. So give and take, I want to know what you guys think about that. But here's the thing. We're going to get into the guys they got back. Yasiel Puig now. He was with the Dodgers during their success. I don't think he really panned out the way, they wanted him to. They've got a couple of young outfielders, Cody Bellinger, obviously. But, I mean, if you just look at his numbers, he was an all-star, back in 2014 with the Dodgers. He's been okay, batting 260, 270 for the rest of his season. He came on and was really good at the beginning of the year, or his career, I should say, but has, I wouldn't say slumped a little bit, but, he's progressively gone down, just like you would expect. 28 years old, still right in his prime, but played in, 99 games this year, pretty much every single game with the Reds. 400 plate appearances, 369 at-bats, has a 255 average, 305 on base percentage, so not anything that's going to blow you away, not too special right there. He's got an OPS plus of 98, which is just below average, so I would say Yasiel Puig is just an average player this year, but he's still going to, crank out home runs. He's got 22 this year. He's on pace to get 30. He's got 60 RBIs. He's probably on pace to get close to 90 there. 75 to 90, anywhere in that range would be easy for him to get. Got 13 stolen bases. He is okay on the base paths. So he's a very, I would say, average, maybe a little bit above average player. And he's going to be a guy who's going to be a threat. He hunts fastballs. We know that. He's very good at being weird at the plate with it licking his bat, but also, getting into, favorable counts. He strikes out a little bit, a couple of 100 strikeout seasons in there as well, but he's a guy who is going to help the Indians in the outfield for sure and get them better. They've got a couple of good guys. Lindor, Ramirez, Santana, good guys. And now adding Yasiel Puig, definitely a threat, but definitely not the biggest piece that, they're getting. Let's go talk about Franmil Reyes. He's 23 years old. This guy is going to be good. I mean, just looking at his stats this year, not great. Again, not the best player in the world, but he's only 23. He's not going to be a Tatis Jr., Vladimir Guerrero player, but, he's got... here, I'll just go through the numbers. This season, he's played in 98 games, been very solid for the Padres. He's got 80 hits, 46 RBIs to 27 home runs. He's a power guy. He's going to hit a lot of home runs for you. 253 average, 312 on base percentage, an 847 OPS. His OPS plus is above 100, 121. Again, a guy who is very good at, hunting fastballs. He's going to get you a lot of home runs if he can. He's still going to strike out a lot, but a very solid, a little bit above average player that the Twins are going to have to worry about in the rest of the AL Central. Here's the biggest thing about this video. Is this going to help them get into the playoffs? It's a very close race between the Twins and the Indians, and it's a very close race between, the Indians in the wild card and a couple of other teams in there with the A's and the Red Sox. They've come alive a little bit. A couple of other teams are maybe in the mix with the Rays and stuff like that, but it is going to be a very close race. And this is what I think the Cleveland Indians are trying to do. If they can't win the division, they've got the Houston Astros today. They lost. The Twins, I think, were winning. They were winning when I made this or started this video, but they've got a tough schedule coming up, and I think what they're trying to do is lock down that wild card. Of course, once you get to the wild card in the playoffs, anything can happen. It's just about how you manage pitching for one series at a time. It's not looking for the whole thing, but anything can happen in the playoffs once you get to it. And, I do think this makes their team a little better. They get the attitude out of the way with Bauer. They bring in a couple of guys who can hunt fastballs, very good at hitting home runs, very good at, doing what they need to do. Puig's got a good arm to help this team win. And that is a little bit scary for the Indians. Now, do I think it's going to be the right move to get them past the Twins? No, I don't, because I think the Twins will make a couple of moves tomorrow. I think maybe the Indians will make another move or two. That was their biggest piece, was Trevor Bauer, I think, that was going to be on the move somewhere. So it'll be very, very interesting to see how this plays out over the next couple of days. But I do think that it did help the Indians, but just not enough. Now, if they go and make more moves, it'll be interesting. The Twins will have to make some moves too, but it'll be a very interesting next couple of hours. Next, 13, 16, I can't do math, but 16 or so hours until the deadline or so. So it'll be a great couple of hours, couple of good trades being on the move here, but it'll be fun. So again, Bauer to the Reds, player to the Padres, and Reyes and Puig to the Indians. It'll be interesting to see how the Twins manage this one, but if you guys enjoyed the video, I do really appreciate it if you leave a like, subscribe for more trade news, MLB news, Minnesota Twins primarily, but if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and we will see you after this for Minnesota Twins game review. Peace out.